Okay, so I have to make a video about this one, Kayla La Grange. Um, what can I say about her? I love that knife song. I've always loved that knife song. But I remember looking at that knife song, thinking she might be an angel, checking the other songs, and just being like really confused because none of them related to me, or maybe they did. I don't know. I just didn't get any need to look up anything more, so I didn't. And I love that what's that out of my head song. I've been thinking about that out of my head song probably for the last 24 hours. I went to the spa yesterday, and the whole time I was just like, oh, I want to put it to the top of the list, but I couldn't because I was on my phone and had to scroll all the way down, and there was like so many songs. I'm thinking, I shouldn't have playlists with 200 and something songs on it. So I was thinking, as soon as I get home, I'll do that. I watched Big Brother. Well, I tried to watch Big Brother. I pressed play, and then I literally just fell asleep straight away. But I think my higher self might have watched it, even though I didn't. I might get around to watching it today. I don't know, but I woke up at 3 in the morning. I've been waking up at 3 in the morning the last few days. I don't know why. I feel like my hours have suddenly changed from 8 till 3. I keep going to sleep at 8 and then waking up at 3 in the morning. I've done that about 4 days in a row or something. But yeah, what time did it start? Actually, started at 9 till. But anyway, I there was a best Big Brother best bits, not the actual show, but just something that was, I don't know, fell asleep straight away. But then yeah, so I found another angel basically, because I was dividing the list up, and then I was kind of thinking, well, there's that song and there's this song, and then there's also this song. It's like, are these even on the list? And I'm thinking, wait, this list is way too big, and I'm not even going to work out which songs. And then I was just like, what is the point in this? Why have I got this list? And I kind of thought, well, I guess the reason why I liked it is because I felt like songs that I like the most. If I like a song the most, I feel like it's most likely to be, they're most likely to be an angel, because my higher self seems to be controlling the music industry, and I've always known that. And as time has gone on, I've been realizing how much she controls it. I think she's just got nothing else to do, that she's just trying to do as much as possible, basically. But and I do love a lot of the songs. But yeah, I feel like that was actually the main reason. That's why I started thinking that's the main reason why I have this playlist, because I had all the people that I recognize. Now, if I was to look for Beyonce, or the names that I recognize, it would be easy to find their songs because I recognize their name. But I realized that there was quite a few songs whose names I didn't recognize. Now, when I first did the list, okay, some of it was songs names that I do recognize, but I was trying to use names that I didn't necessarily like follow or know about, just so that I don't like forget about them, basically. And when I've been trying to figure out like more and more angels, I kept going back to that list, being like, is she? Well, she's got a really good song, so maybe she is. And then I kept finding more and more angels that way. And yeah, so basically, I was trying to now half the list so that there wouldn't be so many songs on the list. And yeah, I just and then I realized, what is the point in this, because there's probably loads of songs that aren't even on this list, so it's probably not that accurate. And then I was thinking, I should create a playlist like I was doing at the beginning. Like, one of the reasons why I created the playlist was to, my voice is going, was to find singers that I hadn't really said much about, and put all their songs on a sort of collection. I think I did that with the past ones, with the 70s and 60s, but that's slightly different now because those people are going to be considerably older now. So that's the sort of, I did that for a different reason. Whereas I think I need to create a playlist of singers or songs that I like, that I haven't, singers that I haven't spoken about, to try and, I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I found them all. I'm really sure that I'm going to go on to Big Brother tomorrow. I'm really hoping so. And I'm really hoping that I found them all. But technically, I don't even understand why I can't just find singers. If there are more angels that could have names, why can't I find them in a year or 2 years? This is something that has been bothering me. Like, I feel like maybe you've been ignoring me so that I can build a timeline, so that whatever, that stupid tap that was freaking annoying me yesterday, whatever spiritual stuff that's coming out of me to make this stuff, why can't I do this after you've come to me? Why are you ignoring me for 10 years? I've never understood that, and I feel like I'll never forgive you, because I feel like maybe you could have come to me 5 years ago and 6 years ago, and okay, I hadn't named the angels back then, but wouldn't it have been so much better for me to name the angels whilst I was actually like on a proper fucking recording thing, and not on this stupid bad quality one? Wouldn't it be better to do this when I was like in a Big Brother house or something, to prove to the world that I'm actually doing it? I don't understand why I have to be ignored and in isolation whilst doing this. I mean, being in isolation is causing me suffering, yes, but I don't think that I'm making these songs through suffering. I feel like I'm making these songs because I enjoy listening to music, and I feel like it's coming out of me. So I still don't understand why you've been ignoring me for this long. I will never understand why you've chosen to ignore me for 10 years. I have no idea why you haven't just come to me 5 years ago, and why I haven't just started exposing the names now or something like that. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it's so bad. I don't understand what you're doing. I never understand what people are doing, or what they think or know or anything. A part of me feels like maybe you're still ignoring me because there's so many arrogant, ignorant, stupid, horrible fucking twats that just wouldn't be capable of believing that someone can live a life whilst inspiring every single song that's and make it about certain points. I don't know. I don't know why. It's not. I feel like I've been into Big Brother in loads of timelines, and I feel like every time I go into that show feeling happy, but this time I'm going to go in there feeling fucking miserable and try my best to hide it. That's all I'm going to be doing. And I don't know. I don't believe that it's like this. I don't know what's wrong with this place, but I don't believe that this is how it's supposed to be. I do actually believe that I've done a timeline once where I had no idea who I was or anything. I went straight into Big Brother, did a year in the Big Brother show, and then came out and was and everyone known and believed and everything. I believe that happened once. So I did the full tribulation in a Big Brother house, and I came out, and I don't want cameras in the toilet. Don't put cameras in the toilet. But yeah, the fact that I have to even say that just shows how little little respect I have for this planet. But yeah. So anyway, going back to, she's bringing out kind of an anger in me. I think this one, Angel of the Knife came through. So yeah, I found her. I think she was like 70th down, but I still love that song. And yeah, when I was taking out, basically there's a couple of songs that I sing as Grimes, I guess, is one of them. I just feel like I don't connect that well with her. And I've listened to some of her songs. I can't hear the words in them. I'm just like, oh, I can't hear that. Like I don't know what she's saying. And I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't. And then there's the house one or whatever. I love that song. Absolutely love that song. But yeah, I don't feel that connected with the singer. But maybe there's a point behind it, maybe because it's supposed to represent a big. And I don't understand why Madonna did this celebration tour. I'm going into Big Brother house to set up some sort of big thing that's going to cause some massive war. So why would you call that the tour celebration? I don't know. There's so many things that are bugging me, and I don't know. I just want to avoid it and just talk about Kayla, which yeah, I think she was a gladiator in one of her past lives. Definitely, I kept seeing throughout the other ones, I kept seeing this vision of that gladius man, but I didn't know what it meant. And now when I came to this song, it was like, yeah, I'm getting it strong. And then she's also looking like it looks like she's trying to remember it too. I don't know, but yeah, I think she's had loads of wars. And I do think that she might have been the cause for some of them, or not the cause, but an instigator, and therefore the gladiator life, although it was a punishment, and she would hate her life because it would have been awful. I do think it was partly a punishment for something she did in a life before that. I feel like there's something to do with the Anglius, something in England, the Rome, the Vikings, or something to do with the Vikings. What's that? Something, I don't know, something to do with just starting wars and stuff. So I feel like that in that one she loved it, and then I guess the gladiator one would have been a sort of punishment for it. But there's good and bad and everything. And yeah, I don't know. War is just something that happens a lot. If you think about how many wars there have been, and how many people have fought in wars, and how much it's happened, every single one of these people experience wars. And if there is a huge amount of anger and a huge amount of sickness, I think it's because a huge amount of people are angry at this war that's happened. And the thing is, though, they don't understand why this war is happening. And partly the reason why wars are happening is because the population starts doubling too fast. When people start having more and more babies, the population grows a lot faster, and new souls that have never been human before enter into these new souls. Now, if the population starts growing too fast, the majority of the humans are living their first lives, and well, humans that live their first lives as a human are going to be more like an animal. You know, they've spent their whole life in the wild where fighting and, you know, killing to get what they want is just part of nature. And so when you first become human, you're more like an animal, and hence you're more likely to go to war. This is just part of it. And yeah, and the thing is, there's lots of casualties in war, and this causes anger, and anger that they just want to take out on others. And if they die and come back, you know, they're more likely to start war again. But I feel like there's also a high disrespect towards women, and you know, the need to just have sex, get people pregnant, have babies you don't look after, babies that are going to grow up fatherless or poor, or you know, and it's going to suffer and stuff, and yeah, the population then starts growing too much. So I don't know. It's it's just a horrible, messed up world, and I think that the main problem is that I think the sun has collected loads and loads of souls when we were in the dinosaur age. I don't make dinosaurs, never make dinosaurs, um, and that's what the Matrix makes. The Matrix makes dinosaurs, and I turn the dinosaur souls into people's souls. So I, you know, find a sun that has lots of souls on it that were dinosaurs. I think I don't bother with the little insects and stuff like that, because I just take the souls that are big enough to be a dinosaur. But yeah, that when that comes, you know, you've got the Tyrannosauruses and you've got the tiny ones. They all evolve, you know, at the beginning before trying, you know, when there was only tiny dinosaurs, you know, that they would have been the first souls. Hence, they're most likely to be the souls that are at the top now. And then as the dinosaurs evolve and get bigger and bigger, you know, more and more dinosaurs start coming as bigger ones, and then smaller ones and smaller ones. And this kind of puts the matrix, the number of the souls that are created in the planets, it builds up a sort of hierarchy. So you have the bigger ones, the Tyrannosauruses, and then you have the smaller ones, the little annoying ones that kind of bite. You know, and the Matrix puts it in order, and I feel like things come in cycles. And when Dala came, it was basically put in the same order: the bigger ones, or the stronger ones, the smarter ones first, and then eventually you start picking up on all the other ones. Um, but uh, but yeah, and we've gone through the full cycle of the original cycle before I came. The first cycle before I came would have been the dinosaurs, however many souls and stuff grow. Ideally, you want to get a planet that doesn't have that many dinosaurs on it, because those are the easier timelines. And occasionally, you get planets that are abandoned, and they have just loads and loads of souls attached, not to the planets themselves, but to the sun. It is to the sun, because I do believe that a human can get to Mars. And well, if that's the case, then it's obviously the souls are not revolving around the Earth, they're revolving around the sun. Hence why you can do things. I believe you can do things like travel to Mars without having your soul affected. You know, when you die, your soul is just light, and hence it can travel at light speed. Hence it can get from here to the sun in a couple of, I don't know time, seconds, I'm guessing. I don't know what light speed actually is. You can do the calculations on that. Um, but yeah, that's how it is. And some are at the bottom because they're like the dinosaurs that were formed later in the Matrix, and there's some that are formed at the top, which are the smarter ones. And I guess it's the planet's decision on how many or what should happen next. Let's just